What is good, YouTube? We just seen the San Antonio Spurs close out the Memphis Grizzlies, and the OKC got closed out by Houston. So we got a 2-3 matchup. Houston, San Antonio coming up. This is going to be a nitty-gritty, hard series in the battle of offenses. The Spurs is one of the better defensive teams, and they're one of the better offensive teams. They have Paul Gasol. They have LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge has been playing terrible to me. He's not as good as he used to be in the mid-range area. He hasn't been that good in the post. He hasn't even been dominating the boards. The LaMarcus Aldridge declined a lot the last 2 years. And he's not really that good anymore to me. Luckily, they have David Lee. Luckily, they have Paul Gasol that can step in and play the same position and give you some decent production. Tony Parker had a fantastic series. He started off a little slow, and he came and played a little harder, a little faster, and a little bit more aggressive. And that helped give Kawhi Leonard some help. Kawhi Leonard going to need help in this series. We know they have Lou. We know they have Eric. We know they got Harden. We know they got Beverly. We know they got Ariza. We know they got Capella. We know they got Nene. We know how deep this team is. And with that being said, it's scary that the Spurs is just as deep, but a lot of players haven't been stepping up consistently, and that's been the thing with the Spurs. They haven't really been dominating teams in the playoffs. They haven't really been dominating teams in the regular season. A lot of the games that the Spurs won was close, ticky-tack. Anybody can win. This team can win. It's close games. I know they blew out Memphis a couple times, but Memphis came back and tied it up 2-2. Had a chance to win it today, and just like the Spurs season, they didn't dominate Memphis. They figured out how to close out the game. Now, that's, to me, is what's going to happen in this series. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be a battle of offenses. It's going to be a lot of turmoil and close games, just like the Houston OKC series. Every game was really close, besides one, I think. But the thing that's going to be different about this is, how is Houston going to close out games against a championship caliber coach and Greg Popovich and a team that's built around Kawhi Leonard? They have Danny Green. They have Kawhi Leonard on the perimeter that can slow down a James Harden, that can slow down a Lou Williams, and that can hurt knowing that your best playmakers and your best ball handlers and your best scorers can get matched up offensively. Well, you can say Mike Conley still did his thing, but if you take James Harden out the game, just like Andre Robertson was doing for OKC, then it was a tougher series than it had to be, and Houston was able to still close it out in 5, but every game was legitimately could go either way. And that's what I'm going to say about this series. It's going to be a lot of high-scoring games, potentially, and on top of that, the role players are really going to have to step up. Like I said, Kawhi Leonard don't have another all-star around him, but neither does James Harden. So Kawhi Leonard going to have to take over on offense and defense, even though he do anyway. I'm saying he's going to have to consistently do this throughout the playoffs to get to the finals and have a chance to go against Golden State in the Western Conference Finals. So I think that San Antonio can beat them up a little inside with LaMarcus Aldridge, Paul Gasol, and David Lee. Post them up a little bit, get them in foul trouble, get Clint Capella off the floor, get Nene off the floor, let Kawhi Leonard get some more layups, some post-up shots in the paint. I like him doing that more than tossing up a lot of threes off the dribble, because that's a lot of them shots are hard to hit consistently. I want to see post-ups from Kawhi Leonard. I want to see him attacking the basket and getting out in transition, getting some easy buckets. And I want to see what James Harden going to do, because we've seen what the Golden State Warriors did to him, putting Draymond Green on him, putting Andre Iguodala on him, and it really hurted the Rockets when they was second in the West. Now he has more perimeter shooting. They can stretch out. Paul Gasol, not the most athletic. LaMarcus Aldridge struggles defensively at times, especially against players like Ryan Anderson that space out the floor, and they still got to protect the paint. That's going to be another thing. They can spread out the floor in San Antonio, and Houston can spread the floor. So the problem to me is that San Antonio can go more inside than Houston can. Houston, they can get to the basket from the perimeter, but Nene is really the only player I'm really worried about inside, because Clint Capella just going to get 9, 10 points off dunks and or just a couple free throw shots. We're not really worried about Clint Capella. We're worried about Nene getting hot, getting some running dunks or some little floaters or getting to the free throw line. But he's not a good free throw shooter either. So with that being said, I like that San Antonio has a little bit more diversity. They can throw a lot of different lineups out of there. They have the better coach. They have the better player. I think Kawhi Leonard is better than James Harden right now because of his defense and because of his efficiency. And only thing I give Houston is I feel like their role players can step up better than the Spurs. But I feel like the Spurs is a better, even though Houston is a decent defensive team when they want to be, Spurs to me are a better defensive team as a whole. And they're going to hold Houston to one-shot attempts. And Houston has that mindset that they rather shoot threes, even if they missing threes, they won't continue to shoot them. They didn't really shoot the ball particularly well in the OKC series. Trevor Ariza didn't shoot it well. Ryan Anderson didn't shoot it well. Clint Capella had a bad series compared to his regular season, and it's only going to get harder. The more that Greg Popovich see holes, the more that Greg Popovich watch film, the more he going to have a chance to exploit the weaknesses in the Rockets, and that should give San Antonio a little bit more leverage that they can win this series. So the versatility of the Spurs, offensively and defensively, in the lineups they can throw out there, and they got a lot of shooters just like Houston. And Houston lost a lot of those games in the first couple quarters. But if you get down like that against the Spurs, I think the Spurs can continue to have that lead because they're bigger. They have a lot of athletes like Houston, and they have the wing perimeter defenders that can slow down the Eric Gordons and the Lou Williams and the James Harden and make it tough and make them take a lot of contested threes. That's what James Harden been living off, contested off the dribble threes or pull up threes from 30, 25 feet. And you can't live off that when you're in the playoffs to win the championship. And I believe that the Rockets don't have as good a shot selection as the Spurs. The Spurs get a little bit more easy mid-range layups, shots. Kawhi Leonard takes the most difficult shots. Everybody else take decent shots. And that's the problem I have with this series, is that I just don't trust the Rockets' shot selection and their offense enough. Even though they proved that they one of the best offensive teams in the league, I just don't trust it enough to pick them in this series because of how they played against OKC. And if they play like that against OKC, like I said, Spurs know how to close out games. The Spurs know how to win games, and they know how to turn it on in close games, just like they did against Memphis. Memphis had all the momentum in the fourth quarter. They even was leading in the fourth quarter, and the Spurs found a way to hang around, get a chance to win a game, and they closed it out. And that's going to be the problem in this series. I just don't see Houston being able to close out enough games because of their shot selection and the shot choices they take. Consistently, they make and take a lot of tough shots, and the Spurs take and make a lot of easier shots. So that's why I'm picking the Spurs in 6. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think about the playoffs and about the series, and what you think is going 6, 7. Houston go win. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you check out my website, AnalysisPlayground.com. The link will be in the description. The link will be in the comment section. Also, like AnalysisPlayground.com on Facebook. That will be in the description, and that will be in the comment section. Subscribe if you like the content, and also check out my older videos. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis signing out, and let me know what you think about the series.